Yeah, it should be live now. I'll just check it now on the stream.
Live? I think it's live, Nibs.
It should be, but it's not.
Go to your live channel.
Yeah.
Go to your live. Yeah, I think it's live. Maybe it just ain't popped up yet.
Yeah, there we go.
It's live.
Okay.
Hey, Shalom. Just starting, Nate. Shalom. Shalom. All praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ruach Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone.
Double honors.
Shalom. And shalom to the hopeful elect. Okay, I'm teaching this word, man. You know, shalom.
Shalom.
So yeah, you named this the tip UK is at the boiling point.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, because right now in England, like up the north of England and stuff, you know, there's a lot of like rioting going on with Esau. You do what you want to.
I'm good.
There's a lot of rioting going on right now with like so-called white people and Elam, and they're mingling Jacob in that. They're actually, you know, throwing hands and beating each other up, man, just like we prophesied, man. That's what's happening. And the government has said that, you know, it's like a Christian and Muslim thing. That's what they say, but we know they don't believe in none of the scriptures and all that, or the Islamic faith, all that. They don't believe in none of that. But it's getting racial. Let's say it like that. It's getting fucking racial, man. And you can see it. Even, you know, we've been out today together, and you can kind of see it. We're in the city, but even here you see it. But guess what? In the north, they're actually throwing hands, bro. It's like the film Children of Men. Watch the film Children of Men. Motherfucking Elamites with knives and swords out there. And Esau's guess what? Esau's doing the same thing. There was even one video I saw, and it was like a white brother, and it was a Middlesbrough, and he said they were stopping cars and they were only letting so-called white people through.
Oh, I see.
He said, oh, what, is he white? Is he white? Let them through. So it's going down, bro. It's getting, like we said, it's getting racial, bro. And Jake is in the middle of all that, and Jake's gonna end up getting caught up too. And the same thing gonna start happening all over the world. It's gonna happen in America too. Jude, go on, brother.
I've got something for you, brother. This is Mark chapter 3 and verse 24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand.
Yeah.
And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand.
And that's this system. This is Esau's system, and it's divided, because even here, what they're arguing about is the migrants now, right? They're letting in immigrants into the country. When really it's all racism. It ain't about, they're saying migrants are coming in and committing crime and all that. So the whites are not happy. The ethnic whites of Britain are not happy. But guess what? It's really racism. You just don't want, you know, so-called blacks and other people in the land. But that's another topic in itself. But guess what? It says if it's divided, and what they say is divided, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's divided because you got some so-called whites that are for having migrants in, and then some that are not. And the ones that are not are like the so-called lower tier so-called white people that got to live amongst the ethnics and all that. You know what I mean? That's what it is. And a lot of these middle class people, they don't really mind. You know, they just go with what the government says. But and a lot of them people that are writing are like white jakes and all that anyway.
Yeah.
But they're upset. We don't want this in our country. Rare. They're doing this. They're doing that. So guess what? Now they're resorting to physical altercations, man. They're not having it no more. They were burning mosques and all that. So the Muslims now, they're fighting back. It's like the Children of Men. Watch the Children of Men. It's becoming like carnal now, like we've said over the years. Go ahead, Ed.
Yeah.
And even the Prime Minister, he said, what did he say? Keir Starmer, he said, oh, we're seeing everything that's happening. We've got like a military, a stronger force, stronger police force, basically more of a military police that will be ready to come out.
Yeah.
Like what? Martial law, bro. Go on, Ed.
I had two scriptures.
Go on, Ed.
This is Deuteronomy 32:8. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. Mm-hmm. And I brought that out just to say that, look, the Lord is really, he's the one that divided the nations. You know, you got these melting pot cities, right? You got people coming in from all different parts of the planet, all different cultures, all different nationalities, whatever. Okay, the Lord ain't with that. Yep. Okay, The law is not with that. So what do you have? You have confusion. You have racial
Keep speaking.
racial attacks. Okay, and a lot of the things that are fueled now is fueled off of race. Okay, they're saying it's the Muslims, this and that. Well, look, when that whole attack happened with the 3 girls.
Got something for you in a minute.
Okay, when the attack happened with the 3 girls, they didn't release who it was straight away. They said, it's the age and this and that, right? And what did they start doing on the social medias? It's the Muslims and all that, right? Okay. So why? Because
I got something after.
Elam, there's a lot of Elam over here. There's a lot of it's not even the Arabs, it's really the Elam. And you got like, you might have Syrian migrants and this and that, right?
Elam, which is Persians.
Yeah, right?
That's like one of the main strongholds of people in Britain. Like see, when they say you know, when they say here, no, in America, the immigrants is like the Mexican, is our tribes, the Mexicans and all that.
Right.
If in England, the problem is who? The Mexicans of Europe are like Ishmael and Elam and all that. They're like the main migrants, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mainly Ishmaelites and from North Africa and all that. They got the strongholds here.
Yeah.
And also Elamites, the East Indian Pakistanis. They're like strong in England.
Yeah, and they're complaining about the illegal immigrants, but really, why they're going around and attacking these people, right? Or attacking Jake. We've seen videos of them doing that. So really, it's about getting racial.
Yes.
And the ultimate scope of it is that we know that this is about pushing their agenda, labeling everyone with a T word, and eventually pushing legislation so that they can push it to the mark.
Well, now they're labeling so-called white boys as the T.
Right.
They're calling so-called white people the T. Basically saying that's how we know the mark's coming. Because when the so-called white people are being called the T, there's them EDL lads, they're actually labeling them as T's now.
Right, right.
So when they've already done called Ishmaelites the T word, they've called, you know, so-called black people, you've been the T in this society. And now that when we say the T word, you know what we're saying. And now them fucking white boys are labeled as T. You know, they now coming with a mark when they're labeling lower level so-called the white trash of society as the T word.
Yep.
You know, we're at the end.
Yep.
So they're gonna come down with that legislation, and they already even said they've got the visuals of everyone and all that. You know, they got all that technology. They know whoever's been rioting, causing problems here. They know all of that. So we know Esau's gonna. This is what I was saying this earlier. They're probably gonna start kicking doors off, bro. They're gonna start kicking doors off, man.
I believe it was bro. I believe Captain went into this.
I didn't want to change the point.
No. Elder Omar, I remember he mentioned at the camp. He said, because I mentioned the London riots, and he said like one of the points that was made was about the how they went and nicked everyone after.
Yeah.
Why? Because you got the cameras and all that, right?
Yeah.
You know, and what do you see now in clips? You see policemen with cameras walking around. And what does Keir Starmer say? If you're involved in this stuff, we're gonna get you. Why do they know they're gonna get them? Because they got draconian level cameras, man. Like, they identify you and pick you out, and then they'll come and arrest you later.
Yeah, and then sorry, Nate, go on.
But right now they want the chaos. That's part of it's called the Hegelian dialectic, man. Pressure from above, pressure from below, so they can get what their agenda is, and their agenda is confusion and chaos, man. Yeah, they need to push legislation.
Yeah, and you got people like Tommy Robinson, which is like basically a fucking Mossad agent. You know, he's like the king of the EDL, so to speak, and he just riles them up, and he's out there in Spain chilling, man. They're all shields, they're set up. So you might have someone like, and then even they had one of them Islamic dudes recently. He got Amjad Chowdhury. He supposedly got a life sentence. They're all shields. It's not a coincidence that all of this chaos is happening between so-called white population and so-called Elam in this country, and then Jake is Jake is gonna all turn on Jake eventually, because there's already videos of white boys jumping Jakes, bro. There's already videos like that. So-called white brothers jumping Jakes, bro. There's videos like that. So even some of these Jakes out here, they're starting to get riled up. But the point is, it's not a coincidence. They put that Amjad Chowdhury got so-called life sentence. He's like an Islamic preacher. Then you got this Tommy Robinson, which is a Mossad agent. And then they're riling up all these puppets. Why? To further this new world order. And the Goyim just follow along. They'll just destroy their own cities. And then guess what? The government will bring in legislation. That's what's happening, man. Right in front of our eyes, man. I got something that. This is. What was you saying though? You're saying something.
I was gonna bring out something after.
Okay, this is Genesis 11:4. It says, and they said, "Go to, let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. And the Lord came down to see the city, the tower, and the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded. You can break this down, Nate. And the Lord said unto the people, and the Lord said, behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this they begin to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of the whole earth, and they left off to build the city. The reason why I was bringing that out was because you mentioned they're bringing everyone together and all these things. It's like the Tower of Babel.
Yep.
Basically, the New World Order. But the Lord ain't with that. He's with that separation, because he was mentioning about the racism. This is a racist society. This ain't about Christianity and Islam. No, it's about Esau wants to be separate from Jake, and you get me, and Elam and all that. That's what this is all about. It's a race thing. And guess what? The Bible's with it. The Bible's with it, man. So I'll read our last verse, right? Genesis 11:9. Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did there confound their language, of the language of all the earth. Yeah, the Lord split them up. The Most High, Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushai, he wasn't with everyone coming together. All these fucking so-called utopia cities that all that bullshit, everyone come together in these fucking town centers and cities. The Lord ain't with that. How the fuck are you gonna have Islamic people that believe in a certain way of life amongst Western people? You know what I'm saying? The Islamic people, they believe their women should be covered up and all that. Then you got Islamic people that believe, no, the Western people, so that's Satan. The Western people, they believe their women should be free to do what they want. The Islamic people, they believe in Sharia law. You know what I'm saying? How the fuck are you gonna bring all those people together? That's all by design, but the Most High, the Lord ain't with that. He's with separation, man.
I got a precept on you.
And you know what? In the midst of all that, you got Jake. You know, Jake's been in the West for so long. They're just in the middle of all this, man. The Lord's gonna separate everyone, bro. That's why this racial tension and this fighting began. Because it's separation. You got to side with your race. Go on, Nate.
Quick precept to back that up, bro, what you just read. This is 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people. And everyone should leave his laws, so all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. So he was doing the same thing. You know, he said that wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people.
Yeah.
That's to say you got the modern day Roman Empire now.
That's Catholicism and all that as well. It's all the same, bro.
Yeah.
Even Islam is basically Catholicism, all one.
Right.
That's what it is.
That all one doctrine, which really that's the New World Order.
Got all these races mingled. You go on, sorry, go on.
No, yeah, bro, that's true. That's what we're in the kingdom, man. You know, we're gonna have our gates, we're gonna have our land, you're gonna have people serving us, but we're gonna be up in there. Eventually, after 1,000 years, these heathen are gonna have their bits. Okay, they're gonna have portions of land where they're gonna go do what they're gonna do under us as tributaries, man. Okay, they're gonna be, you know, you know what I mean.
This ain't gonna be the confusion of
this world, man.
I got another verse in this, Nate.
Oh,
before you go on, hold that. I want to read this. Genesis 11:9. Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth, and from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. So you know.
Yeah. Just going into what? Now, what's modern day America in the scriptures? Babylon. One of the main ways it's broken down. There's different names it's called by, but Babylon. Okay, mystery Babylon. Okay, that whore. So what does Babylon mean? If you look into the word Babel, confusion. It goes into confusion, man. Yeah. And that's what you get, all kinds of confusion there. And you know what? These elites, they use their plans to breed off of that confusion. You know, there's that famous saying, one of the elites, I think it might have been Winston Churchill, I'm not sure who originally said it, but never let a good crisis go to waste. So what they're gonna do? They're gonna bring legislation, man.
Pass laws.
And if I may, bro, I was gonna bring out a quick example.
Yeah. Well, even Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister here, what did he say, bro? He said that all this civil unrest and riots is basically gonna be punished.
Yep.
He said that.
Yep.
and he said we've got basically like a standing a police force, great like a military police, basically. So we know we're at the doors of that, and it's no coincidence that in the region they call the Middle East today, they're going at it. They're about to invade it. Iran's the hot topic. So whenever you see things happening in society, look what's happening in the other parts of the world. What did Netanyahu say in one of their parliament speeches with America? He said we're about to get it on with Iran. So the real war's coming. That's why it's all going off here. Now all of a sudden, the so-called white population of Britain it wants to destroy all these Islamic people, just like the children of men.
I was gonna make this point, bro. I was gonna say that when I looked into Keir Starmer, who's he's basically the prime minister now. Okay, he's the head of the Labour Party here. When he was still working under Jeremy Corbyn, he had a meeting with CIA operatives. I know that one of their names is Mike Pompeo. Okay, and they said that in the article I read, they were going into the point of the meeting.
He's a stone cold devil, man. That Mike Pompeo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were going into like, they were going to make sure that Jeremy Corbyn didn't get into power because he didn't align with their legislation, what they wanted to do, what they wanted to push. But Keir Starmer's obviously with it. He's the puppet that's been set up for that. Now, anything you know about the intelligence agencies in America, okay, and America's got their pots in all these pies. There's influence there, man. Now, what I wanted to read is, this act of legislation, right, in Wikipedia. Now, this is the USA Patriot Act, right?
And I've got something after for you.
It says a landmark act of the United States Congress, signed into law by President George W. Bush. The formal name of the statute is Uniting and Strengthening America by Providing Appropriate Tools Required to Intercept and Obstruct Terrorism. That's what it is. And that was passed, I'll get you the date, right? It says effective.
So now that was after 9/11.
After 9/11.
So basically, the citizens become the T word.
Right.
Pretty much.
Because they got treated the same. Now they said, okay, we're using that to fight T, but then okay, let's see what it actually did. Because it says effective October 26, 2001, whereas the attack happened in September 11, 2001. So that was shortly after, about a month after, right? So if you look at the actual, like roughly what it's about, let me quickly get that. It says, in general, the act included three main provisions. Expanded surveillance abilities of law enforcement, including by tapping domestic and international phones. So your privacy's gone. You're getting treated like a criminal. Okay, and that covers all the citizens, right? Easier interagency communication to allow federal agencies to move more effectively, use all available resources in counter T efforts. So all these different units of government against you, even in a more cohesive way, right? Increased penalties for T crimes, and expanded list of activities which would qualify for T charges. So hold on a second. They can actually say, well, hold on, you're inciting hatred. Right? And
they keep mentioning online hatred too.
Right, and they'll lump that in there with there. Right? So what's one of the things that they've suddenly brought into legislation and talking about legislation now in Parliament? The Digital Act. Okay, Tony Blair's always talking about it, which is a devil. And it's funny because this act was passed with what? George W. Bush in power, which we know that they're puppets anyway, under the elites. But when George W. Bush was in power, Jr., you had who? Tony Blair in power in Labour.
And he's popping up again.
Right? And he's in there with the elites. So pretty much, man, we're looking at this. The scriptures say we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. They're doing all this, causing us confusion, so they can bring about their unrighteous decrees, as it says in Isaiah 10, right? Their digital acts and all that. Why? Because it's all leading up to more control, less rights for the people, and ultimately to the chip. That's what it's about. You know?
That's what it is. So when they, like you said, they never let a good crisis go to waste. So this is what it is. This is right now, all this rioting taking place. And didn't he just say, Keir Starmer, he said we just had that Cobra meeting and all that. That's what he said. That when they said they're gonna, when the rioting continues, they're gonna bring forth like a more military version of police. They said they just discussed that in a Cobra meeting. So they already got these things. Can I read this?
Brother.
Read this quickly. Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. You can speak on that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Can you
I'll read it again.
Yeah, but
Woe to them that devise iniquity. Micah 2:1.
Okay.
Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand.
Right. Now the scriptures tell us that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And the wicked, and Malachi, the first chapter, tells us the wicked are the Edomites. So right now the Edomites are controlling it, and what they're doing, it says they're working evil upon their beds. They're thinking about hatching plans. How are they going to push this new world order agenda, man? How can we oppress the people more? How can we trick them? How can we deceive them?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what they're hatching. That's what the elites, that's what they're thinking about. See how we think about the kingdom? We think about, okay, what topics can I do videos and edify the elect? What can I do in righteousness? How can I be a better tool for Yahweh Shemi Shai to use, right? We're thinking like that. Well, these are demons, these are devils.
Yeah.
So they're thinking on the complete other end of that, in their way, and they're thinking, well, how can we get power? How can we disrupt the prophecies? How can we, you know, control the minds of the people? That's what they're thinking.
I got something else. Keep speaking, Nate.
You know? So that's what that scripture's going into, man. You know? And at the end of
something for you.
Can't.
No, go on.
Yeah, at the end of the day, man, you know, I see that, you know, I see what you're holding, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, man, they got their wicked counsels. These things, they're all planned. They're all planned, man.
Yeah.
Right?
By a wicked elite.
You had the London riots.
Yeah.
Right?
Bro, this is the new world order, man. You know, these people are so bugged the fuck out. You're living in the new world order. And you know what, throughout the years, sorry, brother, we've been saying that, bro. This is the NWO. New world order, man.
Yep.
This is what it is. You're living in the new, and we've been living in it for ages, bro. This is what it is. But now we're basically at the climax of their agenda. We know they got the mark of the beast has to come out. And you know what? When they have civil unrest and people massacring each other and beating each other up on the street, that's perfect. That's a perfect time to bring it in.
Yep. I was gonna say, remember when the London riots happened? What was that? I think it might have been 2011.
2011, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
London riots happened. And look, we've got brothers here who are from them kind of areas who've got eyewitness accounts of people that have got nothing to do with the people from that community, nothing to do with the protests, just turn up and just start throwing
agent provocateurs,
causing mayhem and havoc, where even the people at the protests are looking at them like, who the fuck's this? What's he doing that for?
Yeah.
The eyewitness accounts of brothers that have said that. So we know that, anyway, but we got eyewitness accounts, man. First-hand accounts to know that, look, agent provocateurs, that was all a test. These are mini tests. Now they did the mini test with the VAX, okay? See how people deal with being boxed into a hole and being locked down.
Which majority of you people took. And you know, we've been saying, I've got something, Napes, I've got something, but we've been saying that for ages, man. Look, man, you know, even that Vax, that was that C-hip, the C-vid thing, that was a fucking trial run, man. And most of you people took it.
Yeah.
Like the good goyim you are.
Yeah.
The good sheep that you are. They tricked you. Most people took it. The only ones, like, and I know a lot of people that have taken it, and then there are people that haven't taken it as well. But you know, all the tests are gonna come. But that was a major test, and a lot of people failed it, man. They took it. Like the GMS brothers, for the most, I know none of us took that. None of us here took that.
That's right.
Why? Because we were already taught, when this comes out, don't listen to nothing Esau got to say, man.
Yeah, never trust thine enemy. That's what the scriptures say. And we know that. There's even laws about, you know, shouldn't be puncturing your skin like that, doing all that, man.
Yeah.
You know, we've been built up in that, but the people that ain't been built up in that, you're out there doing what the hell? Listening to Esau, to the devil, and getting deceived.
Just like now, when all this chaos is going on, you got all these people, you can see it when we was outside, people look messed up.
They do.
Their spirit looks all fucked up. What's actually going on in the world and all that. But you can kind of see that scripture, when wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that. It's happened. Even now, we kind of see what's happening. I want to read this, I'm talking too much, man. Psalm 64:2, it says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in. Who's the secret counsel of the wicked? The wicked elites, bro. The banking families, in particular the Rothschild family. the top families of the planet, man. That's the secret council of the wicked. These are the ones causing all of this, bro. Oh, how do you know? It's in the scriptures, and it's obvious. Look, man, in this society, who are the people that for years you could not? Now it's happening where Amalek, because they're getting exposed to social media, people are like cursing Amalek out, the wicked families and all that. They're getting discovered, but for years you weren't able to talk about them. There's that quote: who rules society is them that you can't speak about. There's that quote: whoever you can't talk about is who rules a system. And who couldn't you talk about for all these longest years? The so-called Jew, man. Now they're being exposed. So that's the secret council of the wicked. And King David spoke about this years before that. But you have to have faith to believe that. So it says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. And that goes into what you were saying, how like pretty much all they think about is doing wickedness.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Like law willing, all we think about is like getting out of this society, the kingdom.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what they think about. And guess what? They got the power to do it. Anything that they think of in evil, they have the power to do it, bro. Go on. I still got more.
Yeah, you got it, bro.
Yeah. It says that they may shoot and see, and you go into it, Nate, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them?
And a snare is a trap. Now, what's one of the characteristics of Esau? Genesis 25th chapter. He's a cunning hunter. Hunters lay traps. You know, he's doing it for his deception, for his legislation. He's agent provocateurs. He's false flag attacks. He's black swan events. We're not ignorant to these things. The scriptures tell us. It says what? We're not ignorant to Satan's devices. So what's he doing? He's how does it go again in that scripture you last read out? Okay, it says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. What does that mean? They have their Bilderberg meetings, they have these meetings, Freemason hall meetings, whatever it might be, and they get together and they encourage themselves for the New World Order. That's why the scriptures talk about why did the heathen rage, that tumult, that conspiracy, right? The New World Order agenda, man, okay, which we're not ignorant to, right? And what do? They commune of laying snares privily, and they say, who shall see them? Well, we see them because we've been given the light by Yahweh Shemiel Shai. Now, these people out here that the brother said the Goyim, they ain't seeing shit. Well, there's one dude I speak to, and he said to me, like, no, I deal with this. I talked to one guy, and I asked him, all this that's happening in the world, when do you think it will change? And you know what he said? He said to me, this is a Jake, it will never change. That's how these people think. Defeated. They're defeated, bro. No, but Yahweh Shai is coming back to change this place. This ain't gonna be like this forever. You gotta wake up, there's riots. You gotta worry about your life. You gotta worry about your family or whatever it is you're worried about. Whatever it is we worry about. You know what I'm trying to say? But this guy said to me, and I was like, in my head, I'm like, you're just faithless, man. You think this is gonna continue forever? I got a precept for you. Go on, bro. I got a precept. Go on, that. This is John chapter 16, verse 33. This is Yahweh Shai speaking. These things I have spoken unto you, that in me you might have peace. In the world you shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. And that's like how we think. We have tribulation. Brothers have their tribulation problems, mental problems, physical problems, whatever it is. But the Lord overcame that. So Lord willing, if we keep his word, we're going to overcome it. See what we're seeing happening now in society. And when they bring this, and you know what? I keep mentioning I'm going to mention that the virus. Yeah. That was a test for us, bro. And guess what? At that moment, we did pass that test because none of us took it. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. None of us took it, bro. That was a pass. So now the next tests are coming. And even us here, we can see that, society can be locked down here because they're actually going at it. People are going at it, man. It's all getting racial and all that. The government's already saying what they're gonna do. So we could be like, this is like children of men, bro. You could go work tomorrow and explosions are happening. Hey, so like, go on. Can I say, just to add on that, if you're in the spirit, man, that shouldn't even be like a question. You had people out there, should we or shouldn't we? Yeah. Like, for the most part, I know, man, brothers in, Great Millstone that I'm around, it's just like, Nah, that ain't what even.
That's what we teach.
That's what we teach. We
no,
know that.
No, these are other camps, right? That are
Psalm of our apostles. That's right.
Yeah. It's these other camps, right? They put doubt in their congregation, bro.
Yeah. They'll say, yeah, you know,
You're wishy-washy, man. You put doubt in your congregations, man. No, you're supposed to be straight up with it, man. Didn't they have even the dude, one cat that was IUIC, and he was amongst he was working and and he said, what did he say? He said, he took the C-hip thing and he lost his faith. He was questioning whether he should do it or not. But you know what? Even the brothers in Great Millstone that questioned, I might lose my job, whatever. The ones that didn't take it, stuck with it. Guess what? They're good, and you see the benefit of it. But most of these other camps, they're wishy-washy. They teach their congregations all kind of wishy-washy shit, man. Funny, man. Look at these fucking these demons all popping out of nowhere. I said that might happen.
You said that, yeah.
You know, like, you know, with, you know.
Yeah.
But whatever. But you see, so you can't be wishy-washy. You got to teach the people what it is. And we teach our congregation and our people that watch us, don't be taking no marks, bro. Don't fall for that. If you have to die, die.
Yeah. If you gotta die and not take the chip, that's what you gotta do.
And we hope we have that strength.
Same. That's right. Because the Lord will put the spirit on the elect to do that anyway. You know, we're of the hope for the elect. And the thing is about it is, man, we're not wishy-washy with it. We're not unsure. We're not saying we're 99% sure. We're kind of there. No, we know what the mark is in Revelation 13 and 16. We're sure. The scriptures talk about the sure word of prophecy. Okay, we know, we can see, we believe. We've been given the faith. We know. We really know.
Yeah.
All left, right, center, go all throughout the scriptures. We know. Okay, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. So when we tell you these things, that shall shortly come to pass, and it shall. Right? That's why the scriptures talk about, then shall you know that a prophet have been among you, man. Okay?
Yeah.
We told you about these. We know what's going on with these guys. We know what the agenda is. We know it's the MOTB confusion.
Yep.
I'm going to read something after.
Go on. No, read.
All right.
Was there more on that?
Nah.
Because even the things we said about America and Israel and Iran and that's happening, man.
Yeah, that's right. Right now.
We said about the scripture says the least of the flock shall draw them out. We said the state of Israel was going to cause problems in the earth, and guess what? It's come back. This isn't coincidence. It's in the scriptures, man. But you know, according to something I told you, that one cat, he said to me, who the world calls the J, he's coming back, just not in our lifetime. Man, look, the world's on fire. The Lord, he even said it. He said, before he returns, what shall he be if it shall be kindled already? There's going to be turmoil on the planet before he comes back. All you're seeing, look online today, everyone in every country are rioting. Them fucking in Bangladesh, they stormed their parliament.
I remember that, yeah.
There's riots in Nigeria. There's riots everywhere. There's riots taking place. The UK is in uproar. America is just a divided country. So if you can't see we're at the end, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, it ain't for you, man.
Precept for you.
Go on, bro.
2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, which is what we're doing through these prophecies. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, which the Lord is doing through the prophecies, the judgments. And it's the point. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world.
Is that not happening now? Bro, the earth's on fire, bro. People are going at it. There's divisions at all-time high. Racism is at all-time high. You know, theft is at all-time high. Like, people just killing each other. That's at all-time high, man. You can just go on your phone now, type in local shooting. You see something today that's happened. Local, whatever. People are just, like, the love of many has waxed cold.
I was just about to get that, bro.
Yeah, we go on.
Matthew 24 and 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Yeah.
But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
Yeah. That's it, man. That's plain right there. The love of many has waxed, and you can see that. People are they're just hurting each other.
Yeah.
Everyone's just hurting each other, and then it said, what did it say? It said, but he that shall endure.
But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
But yeah, so the Lord willing is going to be with the believers. But you gotta believe on the true Lord, man. Yeah, when you think of the Heavenly Father and His Son, you can't be thinking of no fucking, no so-called white man. Yahweh Shai and the angels are people, men of color, so-called Negroes. You gotta think like that in the brain. Most of these people, when they think of anything to do with God, they equate it to Esau.
Yeah, because
You're lost, man.
Jesus. Yeah.
How you gonna be black as hell and you're thinking about a white God? And when it's told you, they don't want to hear it. Defeated, man. Oh, it will happen, maybe not in our life. Really, you don't believe. Anyone that says that the change of the world will never come, they think that this is going to continue forever. You're just a demon. You are, man. Because the earth can't be this negative and you think this is just normal life. That's how much Esau's conditioned the minds of the masses.
Yeah.
They think this is just normal. And I'm talking about Jake. They think this is just normal. I mean, look how these niggas live out here. It's all fucked up. This ain't normal. Go on, right?
Yeah, I had something for you, bro.
Yeah, go on, bro.
Second Ezra chapter 15, verse. Let me start from 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, and woe means destruction, by the way. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands.
And that's happening here in the UK right now. Esau standing up and fighting against Elam. They're involving Jake. There was a video where they were kicking these like 10 white boys were jumping a Jake. Now that's starting to happen now. Or they were jumping it could be a Kenyan brother or whatever, but to Negroes, he's a Negro, them ones in England. Whatever, man. We don't know if it was like a West Indian or whatever, but he looked like a Jake.
He looked like a Jake, yeah.
And they were jumping him. So that's starting to ignite Jakes here too. It's gonna happen, bro.
Yeah, and they got the image of a Jake going and apparently he stabbed some army guy.
Yeah.
And
even this thing that's ignited all these so-called white people, right? Is what? It's like a black brother that has killed these 3 kids. So they say, and he's an MK Ultra geezer anyway, because you even saw him it's coming out on social media. This guy has already been on TV and all that.
Yeah, actor.
He's like, crisis actors, whether it was real or not, or it could be MK Ultra that actually did it. It was a guy, to them, he's a black guy.
Right.
So it's riling people's spirits up, man.
Yeah, because they're trying to do that. They're trying to get it so they can twist it on Jake. Like you said, the Jake that was getting attacked. I saw that video, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And really, they were trying to attack him. That Jake was holding his own, man. Jake's powerful, man. He was swinging.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was swinging, but
because them white I'm sorry, brother, but these EDL dudes, bro, they not these so-called white folks. Now their racism's coming out again. Their ancient that spirit that they had in the 70s and 80s when they were cracking over West Indians and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But now the times have changed, because now no one ain't taking that anymore. So they're gonna fight. That's why it's gonna cause a mass eruption.
Hey, it's funny because these EDL guys, you got me thinking about them. Them like football hooligans.
Yeah.
They go overseas.
Well, that's what they are. That's exactly what these guys are.
Because what do you always hear about them? They're throwing. Apparently, they're throwing like beer cans.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, do you remember them? Like, you had them videos with them. You had like 4 Russian dudes that just destroyed all of these English fans.
Yeah.
These guys train, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got people coming over here. You got people are like they're trained, they're strong. You got the average guy, beer belly out. He's got a beer in his hand, and he's thinking, get out of our
country.
Know
this thing. They know, but bro, them other European white, so-called white. You got scripture names.
I still got more on this.
Can't.
Yeah.
Them other European, Russian cats and all that. They know these English dudes are not what they once were.
Right.
The Lord dumbed down these Brit guys, man.
Yep. So
in their height was that 70s and 80s spirit.
Exactly, and they're being
where they were able to just crash over a Negro and get away with it. Now you might have a Jake that will, what I'm trying to say? It's like it don't work the same anymore, man.
So they're actually
all these ethnics you once oppressed. I'm sorry, Napes.
That's what I can.
All these ethnics that were once oppressed, now they're rising up against Esau over here in Britain. It ain't just Anyway, go on, bro. You wanted to say something? Sorry,
I was just saying that.
Sorry.
So that shows that they're using them.
Yeah.
Because you mentioned earlier, you mentioned that they're using the T word even on the white English male.
Yeah, via Tommy Robinson, a Mossad agent. Yeah. I think his name's like Stephen Laxley Lennon or something like that. He works for them Zionists. bro, the people that read the scripture, brother. Read it. Sorry. Read read the scripture, bro, because I'm talking too much. Go on, bro.
All right, okay.
Sorry.
This is back in 2 Kings 15, verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Yeah.
Now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I'll look it up, but sedition is talking about inciting. Basically, it's to incite violence.
Yeah.
With words, basically. But I'm gonna look it up.
Like Tommy Robinson.
Oh, here we go. Conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or monarch.
Like this guy Tommy Robinson. He's a Judas goat. He's incited all this violence, and there's pictures of him in Spain in villas on sun beaches while his so-called followers are like going crazy. That's what them Judas goats do. They'll cause problems and then get out of there. That's a Judas goat. They'll cause all these problems and they'll skate out. You know what I mean? And their followers are going crazy. Go on, that.
Yeah, and it says they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power, which obviously they're not regarding what the politicians have got to say. You know, calling them all kinds of things, which we know what they are. They're the pieces of shit anyway, right?
And you know what, bro? You know, I'm sorry, I wanted to say this one thing before you said it. And you know, all these so-called Negroes in that believe in the so-called white man, you see these viral videos now where Jakes are getting beaten up in England, but you still have a nigger talk about how they love Esau. No, it turned the other cheek, it's Christian. Is it Christian to kick your head in? You're supposed to defend yourself, man. You know, that's the reality. But you know what I'm saying? That's why the Lord's going to take out 2/3, man. Because they'll, guess what? They'll see all this happening, and these dumb West Indian niggers will still love the Esau.
Yeah,
they'll still go to church and pray to Serapis.
Yeah, it's true.
With all this going on.
That's why a lot of Jake, man, you guys are you're too far gone, man. You know? This is verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And you know what? We just read, before we read that, we read verse 16 where it says they shall not regard their kings nor princes. Now, if they're not regarding these people that are running things, like you said, Keir Starmer, they start talking about army.
Yeah.
Boots on the ground.
Yeah.
So that's the next thing, martial law. Because that's the thing, when you got a civil government and things are getting out of hand, that's when they pass martial law.
Yeah.
Someone from the military.
Which is a military law.
Military law, and things are fucking different, man.
Which is above regular government. And you know what's funny? Because this Keir Starmer, just how you know politics is all bullshit. People still talking about who they vote for. How did this Labour government get in and this all this chaos has happened all of a sudden? And then people are, I've seen comments, this bloody Labour government, it's all their fault. Bro, a president and a prime minister is a fucking puppet. The rulers are them, the elite bankers, man, the Zionists, the so-called Jews, Amalekite families. They're the rulers that call all of this. But these dummies still believe it's these politicians that have made all this happen.
I've got a quick preset for you.
Go on, Nate.
Revelation 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
The 2 horns like a lamb is talking about basically going into Rome. And then basically the 2 horns like a lamb, pretty much the Roman Empire, they had the same thing. They had plebeians and patricians.
Yeah, yeah.
2-party system. What you have in America, what you have in, I mean, you got loads of parties, but it's governed by 2 main parties.
Yep.
In England, it's what, Labour and Democrat.
Yeah, the Labour and Conservative.
Conservative, Democrat is in America.
Is Democrat and Republic.
Yeah. Yep. So these 2 parties, right? So meaning what? Meaning basically, you know, there's 2 main government factions. One is for the people, for the so-called for the poor, and one's for the middle class and rich or whatever. Yeah. Which they're all the same. They're all governed by the same system. They're all governed by the elites.
Yep.
It's just they give you the illusion this one's for the poor, this one's for the rich. But what did it say? It spake as a dragon.
Yeah, it said like it had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
Yeah, 2 horns like a lamb, which is like a soft animal.
Yeah.
But then it says, but it spake as a dragon, meaning they're all powers, they're military. That's how Esau really gets down. When all else fails, when diplomacy fails, they send in the battalion.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. Revelation 12 and 12. The devil shall come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that his time is short.
Yeah.
So this is what's happening.
They got the draconian laws as well.
Yeah.
You know, pushing to all that. So that's what this is all about, man. Taking a more severe judgments, more severe laws, and basically taking away the rights of the people and bringing out the troops and locking it down, man.
Yeah.
There was one guy, I think he was up there, like I don't know if he was a politician. He was on Twitter. He was basically trying to suggest it was a suggestion, trying to suggest to do another lockdown. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Off the back of this.
Yeah, and if they do another lockdown, this ain't gonna be like last time. It's gonna be even worse, man. Probably police or military police knocking on your door, fucking scanning you, scanning your eyes. Yep. Drag them to camps for chips and all that. Yeah, or even kicking off your door and dragging you out the house, taking you to concentration camps or football stadiums with people gathered, making them line up to take the MOTB with a fucking guillotine right there. That's the times we're in. I got something, Napes. You got something, Napes?
After you, bro.
Go on, go on. I'll read this quick. Read this quick. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. You know? Yeah, that's talking about Esau, bro. His time is running short, so they're coming down. That's like these wicked elites. That's why they're making these government puppets make all this chaos happen, because they're pushing for the NWO. And this is what it's all about. It's a new world order. They want to implant marks in people. This is what it is. They want you to be the ultimate sign of subservience is they have marks in you, bro. Yeah. Which is the chip. And you don't tell your congregation otherwise, man. That's what it is. And we're finding out all these other so-called teachers, they're liars. Even their own congregation, man, there's many videos of these other camps, their congregation coming out and exposing them. This person does that, this person does this. See, y'all are fucking Judas goats, man. Leading the people to die, basically. But guess what? The GMS have said from the beginning what the mark is. The GMS have said that from the beginning, what the end of this system will be. The nuclear war. We've been straight about the name, Yahawashi, Yahweh Hashem, Yahawashi. We've been straight about everything, man. That's the belief, and we push that. Go on, bro. That's why we get angry if you say otherwise.
Yeah.
Go on, then. We'll close up soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is 2 Esdras 15, verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. That's that martial law. You know?
Yeah.
For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So this is what all this chaos and all these things that are happening are leading up to, all these psyops and different things. This is what they're all leading up to, all these tensions. Ultimately, man, that's what it's leading up to. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And you know what's crazy about this, right? I was talking to my cousin yesterday. You know, he told me, he said the Turkish government pay farmers to farm crop. Now I have to look into this to verify this, right? Fully. So take it with a pinch of salt. But the reason I'm bringing it out is because the Esau's the devil. He said to me, what they do is they pay them money, the subsidies for the crop, but they tell them that it's not, like, basically it's probably not fit for like the supermarkets. Don't sell it. So they just get rid of it.
Wow, but they're growing perfectly good stuff.
Right. So I was thinking about it. I was like, but the farmer's happy because he's still getting the money that he would have got. So he's thinking, why am I going to go through all that hassle to go and sell it when I can just get the money from the government? So I'm thinking, why are they doing that? That's another tactic, man. Man-made famines. You know, holding back stock and all that. So there's going to be a lot of that that's going to be happening. And you know what? You see people now over these tensions. Things are going to get even worse when that's coupled in with you had the cost of living crisis. Watch when we go into the winter and the prices start going up again. Right?
And people are already struggling.
People are already struggling. Things are much worse than it was economically. You got inflation. You got people defaulting on mortgages. Right? When you got the economic pressures on top of all the tensions, things are going to get really crazy, man. Really crazy. You know, and that's what we're hoping for. That's what we're waiting for. Because we know that the more crazy it gets, that's when our Lord is coming. That's when the chip is out there, right? When they're getting people chipped, when they're beheading those are the believers for not taking the chip. That's how we know that we're at the end, man. You know that the return of our Lord is quick.
Yep.
So to see these things come to pass, it gives us great joy.
Yep. I got a quick one.
Kind of kid.
Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Speak on it.
Yeah, that's powerful scripture, man. You know, you brought that out earlier.
Oh, did I bring that out earlier?
Yeah, you just quoted it. You quoted it, and and it shows that like it's true. The knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times. We know what's going on. We know what their end goal is, what the elites are going to do. See, that's the thing. You guys are short-sighted. You peons. You're getting used by them, right, for their agenda. Now they can call everyone a T.
Yeah.
You know, and there was a whole movement on Twitter about that. There was a movement where you had people that, let's say that, for example, there was one guy I saw him, right, white guy, and basically he used to guard the parliament.
Mm-hmm.
He's got like he's an army dude with a gun.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the beret and everything.
Mm-hmm.
He hashtagged Keir Starmer. So am I also one of them as well now?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is what I used to do. So there's a whole movement about that as well on social media. So it's funny, man, what they're doing. People are saying that, but look, ultimately, that's their agenda, and that's why the less rights you have, that's when they can start bringing in like, hold on, look, man, you're just an insightful person who's doing this. You're against the New World Order. Yeah. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take our draconian legislation and we're gonna come down on you heavy. Yeah. Knowing that you have a short time. You got all these elites dropping dead. The Queen died. Your elites dropping dead. They want to push this thing. They want to get this thing done. Mm-hmm. That's why you got Neuralink chipping people in the brain. That's why you got all this media about it.
Well, the mark's here, man.
It's here.
It's here, man.
So it just needs to get to that point where they make it just like the VAX, where it's just global. Everyone's just, it's on.
Yeah, and that's the hour of in fact, can we finish on that?
Yeah, I'll get that for you.
Because that's the hour of temptation, bro. And we ain't made it yet, by the way. We ain't made it yet, man. We're still here, man. We still have to suffer. But guess what? The hours of temptation's coming where we're all gonna get our backs against the wall, bro. You're gonna get them like Abraham moments. When Abraham with Isaac. Remember that last minute, the Lord, I think he told him to sacrifice him.
Yeah,
the last minute.
The last minute, the angel said, yeah.
So that was like a major test unto him.
Yeah.
So that was like an hour of temptation almost. Like he told him, look, you got to do this, and he was gonna do it. Then the Lord backed him up that last minute. Nah, don't, you know what I mean? But he was getting willing to, and that represented Yahushua as well, because I think they had that thorn of thistles as well.
Yeah, the bush and
the bush.
All that. Yeah.
So the point is, our time is, all the brothers that believe, there are times coming where we're gonna, we ain't made it yet, and our hour is coming, bro. Go on that.
Revelation chapter 3 verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, which is this truth, this hell we're catching, this work we're doing, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
So everyone's gonna get tried on the earth, man. Everyone's gonna get tried on the earth. And the hour of temptation, that main thing is the mark of the beast, the MOTB, which is the rice, that implant, man. That's coming. And that's gonna come on all the earth to try them that dwell. And how you combat that is you believe in the Lord, and guess what? That might mean you die. We ain't gonna be in these bodies anymore anyway. That might mean you will not die, you're gonna sleep, you just pass away. The only thing with death, what it is most people think about how you're gonna go. That might be tortured or what, whatever, man. But you know what? The scripture's all about guillotines. The Lord can have it a quick death. But that's the point. You got to think about that type of stuff. I know it might sound like crazy, but you got to think about dying, how and whatever. But whatever, you keep it moving. If this happens this way, it happens.
I got that for you, bro.
This ain't no like this ain't no like you wake up, you live your day-to-day life like the Lord ain't. Your life can be extreme, bro. The Lord can make bad things happen to you, man. But you can, what I mean? You're still a man of the Lord.
Maintain your faith.
You maintain your faith. Look at Job. So that's part of being in the faith, that you have to think about examining even, the point of that guillotine or the worst case scenarios. This ain't tulips.
Mm-hmm. I got that for you,
go on that.
In Revelation 20:4, and I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua.
So this is what John saw, bro. That was a vision. He actually saw men that believed getting their cut off and all that by Yahweh, by Esau. Sorry, by the Roman Empire. This was a vision of this time.
Yeah.
This was a vision of this time. So he saw that Esau was cutting brothers' heads off, man, by them guillotines.
It says, and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years.
So these brothers that happened to, they basically passed that hour of temptation. They didn't follow the system.
Yeah.
They basically were willing to go, because you are gonna have some brothers that just get delivered too, like straight up, beamed up. They ain't gonna have to suffer that.
Yeah.
But the
most of them, a lot of them.
Yeah.
But there's gonna have to be examples, martyrs.
And they made it. They made it, man. They didn't work. They didn't bow to the society. Anyway, man.
That's right.
You got some more, Nate?
That was it, brother. Yeah.
You close it up. You close it up, man.
Can't,
I just wanted to bring something out.
No. So, hey, Lord willing, it was an edifying lesson. Hey, man, like the Elder Omar said, be vigilant.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes peeled. It's a crazy time. And and just pray to Yahweh Shemiel Shai. Scriptures say, watch as well as pray. So make sure you're watching the prophecies, watching what's going on in the news, and pray. Stay prayed up, man. So hey, man. Again, we'll give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Kodash.
All right, and shalom, man. Shalom to the elect.
Shalom.